Okay, so we're up to the L in smile, love and fulfillment. Now, this is not going to be about me being a relationship counsellor and ask you to lay on the couch and tell me about the soap operas of your life. This is just really about how you interact with the world and how you get out of the world, out of your life, what you want to get out of it. And look, there's some really key things that I suppose that you want to consider when it comes down to this. I mean, the first thing I'd say is, if you set goals and you have a bit of a plan, there's an old saying, things go according to plan if you have a plan. So a lot of people kind of aimlessly drift through their lives and they don't really have any goals or whatever. So it's a really important thing to just sit down and think, well, what do I want my life to look like? Because as soon as you start creating that sense of where you're going, you've got a chance of getting there. If you don't have a sense of where you're going, you're not going anywhere particularly. But with regard to love and fulfillment, there are some kind of key things that really come into play. And I suppose these are just some simple things that I'd say to you. Try and focus on the now. There's a famous book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now, and good read actually. But just if you look at the things that go wrong with us, we're kind of worrying about the things that have happened, and if only I hadn't have done that, or we're worrying about the future. What if, which hasn't even happened yet. We just get stuck in now. You're normally not in too much danger. There's not too much to worry about. You normally cope with the next minute. So it's a really good thing just to center yourself. Just take a breath and just say, am I safe where I am now? And if you are, enjoy the safety, enjoy the sunshine, enjoy what's going on right in the moment. Practice smiling. Pretty handy thing to do. Very seldom you're going to smile at someone and they're not going to smile back. Have a laugh. It's amazing what laughter does. It's infectious. It's amazing how the relationships you have with others improve when you're laughing. So kind of do that. How you look at the world obviously is based on a whole heap of things, but you can choose to look at it as half full or half empty. It's exactly the same, but I promise you when you look at the glass half full, you have a very different life than when you look at it as half empty. So that's a real choice. Do something nice for yourself every day. Do something nice for someone else every day. It's amazing what receiving does, but wow, it's amazing what giving does. It's even greater. Try and be grateful. We're pretty lucky. If you look at the world we're in at the moment, we are lucky, and we may have things that aren't 100%, but geez, you could go to third world countries and you'll really find out how lucky you are. As I said, make a plan, but dream. Set some big dreams. Dream for yourself, dream for your kids, but it's okay to dream. It's really, really important. Your life will be as big as you want to make it. So dream big and you'll have a big life. It's a funny little thing, but give someone a hug. It's amazing. Give your kids a hug, give your wife a hug, give your mate a hug even, not a long one, it might get a bit suspicious, but work on that. All this stuff is really, really good. And I think if you had one other little thing I'd say is, try and work on acceptance. Everyone has a story, and the reason why they're there and why they're doing what they're doing probably has a whole backstory that, when you hear it, you go, Jesus, no wonder you're kind of shitty, I'll probably be twice as shitty myself, So be accepting, try and understand and listen to people. It makes a big difference.
Dads and men in general sort of keep things inside, but they've got some really key relationships in their life, obviously their wife or their partner and their kids. If you could give one piece of advice to improve in this area, what would you recommend?
Well, my answer is probably one bit of advice that would improve every area, including that. I mean, I think the thing that affects people the most, like, I'm a busy bloke and I've seen, hundreds of thousands of clients, and that would be letting go of stuff. As human beings, we have an emotional response to life. It's pretty normal. We all have it. But we actually, once the event's gone, we have the ability to let go of that emotion we had at the time or hold on to it. Now, I understand someone does the wrong thing by you and you feel upset, you feel angry, feel sad. They got away with it. You were right, they were wrong, and why should you let go of it? They were wrong. But here's why you should let go of it. And this is not necessarily saying you have to forgive them. I think it's a good idea to forgive anyone personally, but you don't have to. But if you don't let go of that emotion, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you energy. It's going to cost you health. It's going to cost you happiness. And all of that's going to impact on your relationships with your wife, with your kids, and you're going to feel ordinary as a result of it. And so just understanding that's the price you're paying to be right. And I suppose I'm a big thing with regard to karma. If someone does the wrong thing by you, I mean, follow it through and do what you can do. But once you've done what you can do, you can't make them change. They've got to decide they're going to change. And if that's their role is to go and, you know, give people a hard time and ruffle them up, the karma of the universe is going to get them. They can't be having a great life if that's the way they live their lives. So don't let them, you know, influence you in the future. And remember, you're letting them if you don't let go of that emotion. So let go of emotion. And if this seems a challenging concept, there are people that can help you with this. So definitely, if you feel that, yep, when I think of something in the past, even though it's gone, I still feel really strongly emotional about it, I can tell you now, you've got an emotional attachment. So consider letting go of it and consider taking that knapsack off your back and feeling free.